At 6 o'clock, we've got weather-related concerns in every corner of the region this morning as another round of winter storms marches toward the Portland metro area. We are tracking a possibility of flooding, landslides, and more ice storms in the Columbia Gorge.
KOIN 6 News this morning starts right now with this weather alert.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on this rainy Wednesday morning. You are taking a live look at the Interstate Bridge from Vancouver. Certainly a whole lot of rain coming down this morning, and we're going to have team coverage with all of those details. I'm Trevor Alden for Jenny Hansen.
Jenny Hansen, a little under the weather today, so we gave her the day off.
That makes sense.
Why not?
She earned it.
Yeah, I'm Ken Body. Team coverage of the winter weather includes a live report from Southeast Portland, along with full traffic updates all morning long. First, we've got meteorologist Sally Showman as she breaks down this forecast. Sally?
Well, bottom line, it's going to be a very wet 24-hour period. I think the heaviest rain arrives tonight through tomorrow morning's commute. Flood watches have been posted overnight west of the Cascades. This includes the Coast Range. Coast Range could pick up 3 to 6 inches of rain the next 24 to 36 hours. Here in the Willamette Valley, we're talking 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. And you can see it has arrived overnight. Light to moderate rain as you head into the central Willamette Valley. Pretty steady rain around Portland right now, so I bet we have some ponding on roadways. Anywhere from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain since midnight in the first 6 hours of the day. As you head on into the gorge, winter weather, the big concern. Ice west of Cascade Locks. Snow has been falling all night east of Cascade Locks. And look at this moisture plume. It's an atmospheric river that extends all the way to Hawaii, and that's what's going to bring us all the moisture the next 24 hours, eventually warming into the 50s by tomorrow morning. Right now it's 36 and raining in Portland. Salem, right at the airport, catching a bit of a break. Hood River snowing there, dry right now in central Oregon with temperatures in the 30s, 39 in Bend. So I think we're going to see a lot of melting snow today in Bend on top of rain at times. Here's a look at the day ahead. A wet morning with scattered showers. Again, that rain turns heavy tonight with the wind picking up overnight, warming our temperatures into the 50s. Carly?
So I've got this traffic alert for you. Skyline remains closed between Burnside and 26, and that means extra congestion out there for you, especially along Skyline as you approach Burnside here. So we'll see if it gets backed up on Barnes or Miller like it did yesterday, but in the meantime, Skyline is delayed. 26 has a right westbound lane closure here after the tunnel due to a landslide that happened yesterday, and we're now seeing some inbound slowing on 26. So we're into rush hour. You're going to see a delay on 26 as you get close to the tunnel on I-5 southbound on the Vancouver side between SR 500 and the Interstate Bridge, but all the way down to the Fremont Bridge, it's 14 minutes. 7 minutes on I-84 westbound and 26 eastbound, a 6-minute commute in from 217. Everything's clear through Oregon City on I-205, 217, not a problem in either direction, and it's 17 minutes in from Wilsonville.
All right, thank you, Carly. Of course, the big story of the morning, winter weather just won't stop hammering the Pacific Northwest.
Brent Weisberg is outside. He's live with a look at some of the major concerns that this latest round of wet weather brings. Brent?
Hey, good morning. We are in Southeast Portland at one of the locations where people can come to Portland to fill up their sandbags if needed in preparation for the flooding that could happen. Now, really everything's kind of dependent on how much rain we get, how much snow melt happens in the Oregon Cascades. As I mentioned, we're currently at one of 3 locations in Portland where you can start to fill up sandbags. They are at 88th and Holgate, 111th and Herald, and Southwest 42nd and Vermont. You have to bring your own shovel, and in Clackamas County they run 6 permanent sites and have 9 other locations that usually open when the flooding is a concern. Now, we're not just talking about flooding and the concerns of that, we're also talking about landslide. This is not just a Portland problem. In fact, the Washington DNR is currently classifying parts of southwest Washington as an extreme hazard right now for landslides occurring. So that means if you are going to be out and about and if you're driving near a hillside and you start to see some land moving, some debris flow, you should get to a safe area, know your location, and then report it to local authorities so City Works, Public Works can get out there and assess the hillside. Because again, we are now, according to the Washington DNR, some parts of southwest Washington in that extreme hazard for landslides. Reporting live, I'm Brent Weisberg for KOIN 6 News. Trevor and Ken.
Yeah, this is serious business. On Monday, I talked to a woman who dug a trench in her backyard in the rain to try to keep her house from flooding. Hopefully, people like her can take advantage of those sandbag stations. Thanks, Brent.
Well, the winter weather is not stopping, and neither is our coverage of it. We'll always bring you the latest here and online at KOIN.com. Well, in Washington, D.C., it's been another all-nighter for Democrats in the Senate.
They're protesting President Trump's Attorney General nominee, Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions. Massachusetts lawmaker Elizabeth Warren was actually kicked off the Senate floor. Republicans booted her, claiming she violated a rule prohibiting senators from impugning colleagues. The little-used rule essentially means senators can't criticize one another on the floor. Warren was trying to read a letter by Coretta Scott King opposing Sessions' failed judicial nomination back in 1986. Well, later on, Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley spoke for more than an hour and echoed the words of King's husband.
It's like Martin Luther King said, the long arc of history bends towards justice. But we've worked to bend towards justice.
Despite criticism, Sessions appears headed toward confirmation later today in a nearly party-line vote.
A similar protest overnight on Monday into Tuesday was not enough to prevent the confirmation of President Trump's education secretary pick, Betsy DeVos. The appointment was secured by a historic tie-breaking vote by Vice President Mike Pence.
Today, Port of Portland commissioners are expected to clear the way for a major new Amazon facility in Troutdale. The company wants to build on 73 acres of land at the Troutdale Reynolds Industrial Park, potentially creating thousands of jobs. The commissioners will vote on the sale of that property during their monthly meeting later this morning.
A disaster declaration is in effect for parts of Louisiana this morning after at least 7 tornadoes touched down in the New Orleans area yesterday. Incredibly, no one was killed, but there are millions of dollars worth of damage to clean up this morning.
Meanwhile, here locally, we're expecting even more rain and ice in the gorge. Meteorologist Sally Showman is tracking that forecast. Sally?
Good morning, you guys. Yes, we have another flood watch in effect west of the Cascades, the second one in less than a week. Take a look at the soaking start to February. So far, Salem has picked up more than 5.5 inches of rain this month, and we're only 7 days in. PDX has picked up about 3.5 inches of rain, and look at the departure from normal. About 4.5 inches above normal rainfall for this time in the month for Salem. So it's been wet, soils are saturated, and rivers are running high, and we do have a lot more rain on the way the next 24 hours. Wanted to show you this hydrograph of Johnson Creek. If you take a look at your screen right now, looks like almost like a camel. You'll see that first hump there. All the blue is the river flow so far this week. So got very close to minor flood stage, just under 11 feet earlier this week, Sunday, when we had that heavy rain. It is forecast to rise 7 feet again today and tomorrow morning near that minor flood stage. So that's one of several rivers we're watching closely as we head into this wet time frame. Out along the coast today, the rain will be heavy at times. The wind picks up overnight tonight. That'll warm temperatures well into the 50s. We're talking about gusts in the 60-mile-per-hour range at the coast early tomorrow morning. Up and down I-5, the rain will be heavy at times, especially as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. Flood watch in effect. Southerly breeze increases also in the Willamette Valley overnight. That means high temperatures will likely be reached right before midnight here along I-5. Temperatures warming up overnight. East of the mountains, a mix of rain, snow, freezing rain along I-84. More likely just rain showers as you head into central and far eastern Oregon, with localized flooding a possibility through the gorge. An ice storm warning. Cascade locks through Corbett. Winter storm warning through Hood River and the Dalles. The Dalles may pick up 2 to 5 inches of snow, up to 6 inches possible in Hood River today. Upper Hood River Valley up to a foot of snow. Rain and snow up over the Cascades as that snow level is going to rise above the ski resorts. So it's going to be pretty sloppy there tonight through tomorrow. A few more details on the Columbia River Gorge today and tomorrow. Ice storm warning from Corbett to Cascade locks. 1 to 2 inch ice accumulation possible there by Thursday morning. This could lead to down limbs, power lines, and treacherous travel for sure. So please be careful. Travel not advised through the gorge today and early tomorrow. Will be warming the second half of Thursday. East end of the gorge, winter storm warning east of Cascade locks. Hood River again, 6, maybe 8 inches of snow. More in the upper Hood River Valley, and then some icing tomorrow morning before warmer temperatures arrive. I have your 7-day forecast coming up in about 7 minutes. Back to you.
Well, we're starting to see some of the typical slowdowns out there as you head into town. So we're into rush hour at 6:09. But before I get to the drive times, I want to remind you about the Skyline closure between Burnside and 26. Now, that has already caused congestion on Skyline, as you can see. So heading southbound on Skyline, approaching Burnside, you'll definitely find a delay. Now, on 26 westbound, after the tunnel, the right lane remains blocked. A landslide happened there yesterday, and crews have had to keep that right lane blocked until they can get it completely cleared. Now, 26 on the way in is slowing already, so be prepared for those brake lights on the way down the hill. You'll see the drive time in a second. Right now, I-5 southbound is 13 minutes from SR 500 to the Fremont Bridge. You can take the Glenn Jackson Bridge and not hit any delays along I-205 southbound. That's 10 minutes. 6 minutes on 26 eastbound, then from 217, and 217 is 8 minutes in either direction.
All right, thanks a lot, Carly. Time now is 10 minutes after 6 o'clock. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
You know, one way to beat the winter blues is to cuddle up with a new friend. And coming up, Sally will introduce us to Patrick. He's this morning's second chance pet.
"13 minutes after 6 o'clock now. You know, the latest and greatest in outdoor gear on display this weekend at the Portland Expo Center.
Cor Harlan is live this morning with a look at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show. Good morning, Cor. Who's your friend there?
Well, we've got a 900-pound dude who just got out of bed there. That's Brutus the grizzly bear. Check that out. You don't see that every day, not at anything, really. This is a bear that was taken from what was described to me as an unethical breeding program, and he was just as big as a squirrel. He's been raised in captivity. He's 15 years old, about 900 pounds. Peanut clusters, peanut butter clusters are his favorite food. Yogurt and cashews too. He eats I think he'll probably eat just darn nearly anything you put in front of him, actually. So he's up here this morning, and he is just a beautiful-looking animal. It's part of the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show this weekend. We showed you everything from snowmobiles to boats. A little bit of survival tips in the last half an hour show. We're going to talk with the lady who runs this program. This bear is from Montana. They have a little bear sanctuary there. They have 5 bears in their program, and they are in Bozeman, Montana, right? Yeah, Bozeman, Montana. So she'll be here in just a few minutes. We'll talk with her a little bit about Brutus, a little bit more about the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show that starts this morning here at the Expo Center at 11 o'clock. Trevor and Ken, have a look at that.
Thanks, Cor.
You'll see that every day.
Yeah,
Right?
no doubt about it. Brutus and I have a lot in common. I like cashews too, so that's
true.
That's good to know.
All right, thank you very much, Corey.
I'll leave that alone.
It's time for your weather and your traffic together. Of course, Sally, you've got all sorts of rain and ice in the gorge, too, but we want to get started with a look at our roads. Has it translated into a messy commute?
Right. You know, not too bad right now. There is one issue that just happened here, and it's over at 82nd and Gleason, where a tree fell into some power lines. So in the distance there, you can see a flashing light kind of toward the center of your screen. Well, that is a crew member working on that. So it looks like, yes, the right lane's blocked and only the left lane of 82nd northbound is open there at Gleason because of that tree that fell into a power line. So it's not causing any huge delays, but I wanted to make sure it was on your radar as you head out the door. Let's take a look at the issue over here, and that's 26, 7 minutes in from 217. So we're seeing a rush hour delay. Remember, in the westbound direction on the way out to Beaverton and Hillsborough, there is a right lane closed after the tunnel because of a landslide that happened yesterday. It's not causing a delay, though. 18 minutes on I-5 northbound from Wilsonville in. That commute is carefree. 7 minutes on I-84 westbound with delays mainly at the Gateway District. It picks up after 82nd. Looks better in from there in the westbound direction. I-5 southbound, a 16-minute commute with all the slowing on the Vancouver side from about Maine to the Interstate Bridge. That's where it's the heaviest. Sally?
Carly, rain is never helpful for the morning commute, so probably a lot of water-related issues out there for drivers this morning. You can see light to moderate rain for most of us. As I zoom a little further to the north, there's a period of heavy rain along I-5 just south of Longview. Also pretty heavy rain as you head into the west end of the gorge, where it transitions to freezing rain and snow through Hood River and the Dalles. Expecting snow there all day long today. A wintry mix through Pendleton and Heppner and Fossil with freezing rain mixing in. We're going to warm in central Oregon above freezing today, so more an issue with scattered rain showers and melting snow. Take a look at this atmospheric river. It extends all the way down to Hawaii, so essentially a pipeline of moisture taking aim on us for the next 24 hours or so. This area of low pressure is eventually going to move north of us, and as it does so, southerly wind will pick up overnight. So out along the coast, we have high wind watches that go into effect tonight with gusts upwards of 65 miles per hour. The peak wind gust time frame will be between 4 o'clock tomorrow morning and 10 o'clock in the morning out along the coast. Also tomorrow morning into the afternoon, gusty southerly wind up and down I-5. You can see to our south, wind advisories go into effect as well overnight. Here's a look at the timeline for rain. So this is 9 o'clock in the morning, scattered showers up and down I-5, ice and snow through the gorge, and we'll advance toward the evening drive. 5 o'clock, roads are busy and the rain is coming down. It will be heavy at times, ponding, splash and spray on the roads. Wait until you see tomorrow morning's commute. This is 6 a.m. The rain is absolutely dumping early tomorrow morning, so you're definitely going to want to leave some extra time tomorrow morning as you head into work. There goes that back edge of the precipitation, so we'll start to see by mid-morning the rain letting up, and you'll also notice temperatures much warmer tomorrow as that southerly wind takes hold. Here's a look at the timing region by region. Here in the Willamette Valley, that rain heavy at times through the overnight hours. That wind picks up tomorrow morning, and then we switch to on and off showers. Along the coast, rain heavy at times and then windy tomorrow, especially in the morning. Through the gorge, issues with ice and snow all the way through Thursday morning, and then we'll see a transition to rain and westerly wind, warming temperatures. Central Oregon, a wintry mix early today, and then just rain and that wind picking up also through the overnight hours tonight and tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast now. Again, tomorrow, that steady rain tapering to on and off showers. Those continue through Saturday. Saturday morning. But again, it will be, a dry break and then a shower and then another dry break. So not as consistent as what we'll see the next 24 hours. On Saturday, we're drying out, and then it looks like we will be dry all the way through Valentine's Day next week. And speaking of Valentine's Day, Jennifer Keene is here, and she's got an adorable dress with hearts on it. How appropriate.
Yep.
That's so cute. So who is this happy little boy?
This is Patrick, and he is so much fun. He is a riot. As
You
can
had him
see.
last night, right?
Yes, and now you have him.
Sweetie. Oh,
I don't know
sweetie,
how
come
Tucker will feel.
You had, that's okay. Tucker likes new friends. So this guy had surgery yesterday.
Yes.
And look at him now.
It slowed him down for like 5 minutes, and that's when I got the picture on the promo. But he's been lots of action ever since then. Very playful, very friendly. A dog that's going to do great with someone who wants to walk him and train him and play with him a lot. Here.
And he's so manageable size-wise.
Yes.
He's such a great size
Yes.
for so many people because there's a lot of restrictions about weight, and size for apartments or condos. And so his face is adorable. If you just look into his eyes,
And
it's
every
like
once
he's smiling.
in a while, one of the ears will pop up and kind of give a little personality. He is a small size, definitely not a lap dog.
Right.
Needs interaction, entertainment, lots of fun-loving training, playful stuff. But would be a great fun companion for somebody.
Kids? Do you think kids would be okay?
I think so. I think so. Maybe little kids might need some coaching as far as not getting him too ramped up
Right.
or appropriate playing. But that's true with all kids and dogs. But
Right.
yeah, I think he would be a great family dog and a lot of fun for somebody.
Really quickly, do you know the backstory at all? Was he a surrender at the shelter?
No, this is one. Some nice concerned citizens found him running around, brought him in, and I do know that those people have been very concerned about making sure that he does get a good home. They've called multiple times to check up on him, and I know they'll be as happy as the rest of us to hear that he's been adopted
Right.
to a great home. And I don't know. I feel like it's going to happen pretty quick for this guy.
Right.
So
Well, if you're interested, this is Patrick again. He's at Bonnie Hayes Animal Shelter in Hillsboro, and they open up today at noon. So head on out there. It's going to be a wet drive to the shelter, but what a reward once you get there. This little guy has such personality. How old again?
about 10 months.
10
so
months.
really an adolescent dog.
And his wiry golden hair, I love it.
Yep,
So
yep.
cute. I'll send it back to you guys. But again, Bonnie Hayes Animal Shelter.
Thank you, Sally. Patrick's a morning dog if I've ever seen one. It is just turning over to 6:22. You're watching Coin 6 News, watching out for you.
Well, how can you be sure you know everything about your partner? We have the research on Americans and their financial infidelity. That's coming up on the other side of the break.
Welcome back to Coin 6 News this morning. It's time for your CBS Money Watch.
Jill Wagner joins us live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Trevor and Ken. Futures right now pointing to a little bit of a lower open here. That bell rings in about 5 minutes. Yesterday, the Dow rose 37 points. The Nasdaq was up 10, which means it's at a new record high. And when it comes to money, a lot of couples are keeping secrets. A new survey from the website creditcards.com says that around 12 million Americans have concealed a bank or a credit card account from their live-in spouse or partner. And a lot of baby boomers, well, they're nearly 4 times as likely as millennials to have hidden an account. That's because they have the money, Trevor and Ken.
That was what I said.
That was the point.
Yeah, millennials have no money to hide. Well, Jill, sometimes...
it's kind of sad, right?
Yeah, as a millennial, it's very sad. Sometimes we are looking for music to match our mood, and we're hearing that Spotify wants to help. What's up with that?
Yeah, Spotify is teaming up with AccuWeather on playlists based on the weather in your location. So sunny days translate into happier sounding music. Rainy days, they say, call for acoustic music. You could argue it's the rainy days you need the happier stuff, but that's what their logic is, Trevor and Ken.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, we get a lot of rain around here. In fact, we're getting a lot of rain right now, and I could use some happy music right now instead of acoustic.
Balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was thinking it was raining on my way into work today, so I was thinking kind of like a Counting Crows type of day.
Oh, okay.
And then I said that, and somebody said I'm like stuck in the 90s. But
The
too
Counting
bad.
Crows are
It was a
timeless.
great decade. What can I say?
Yeah, 90s was a pretty good decade. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jill. Time now is 6:27. You're watching Coin 6 News, watching out for you.
The rain and ice just won't quit, and coming up, we'll tell you what we can expect from the next round of winter weather.
Plus, a familiar face will be missing from your TV for the next few weeks. We'll explain the reason why Charlie Rose is taking time off.
Coin 6 News this morning starts right now with this weather alert.
Welcome back at 6:30 on this Wednesday. It is a rainy Wednesday as we take a look at the Interstate Bridge over the Columbia River, looking from Vancouver into Portland. You can see there's a lot of traffic crossing the bridge already. Those windshield wipers are moving. Thanks for being with us. I'm Ken Body.
And I'm Trevor Alden for Jenny Hansen. Certainly some wet roads with all the rain we're seeing. Let's get to Sally Shellman with that forecast.
Yeah, and Carly will have an update on roads in just a few minutes. It usually throws a wrench in the morning commute when we have rain like we're seeing outside. It's 36 degrees in Portland, so above freezing. That east wind is picked up near the gorge, and that means winter conditions as you head into the west end of the gorge. Here's a live look at radar. Salem, Corvallis catching a bit of a break, but still moderate rain between Salem and Longview along the I-5 corridor. Heavy rain up toward Longview. We have an ice storm warning at the west end of the gorge between Corbett and Cascade Locks. 1 to 2 inches of ice possible as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. We're hearing reports that it transitions to snow right around the Bonneville Dam. East of the Cascade, or east through the gorge around Hood River, winter storm warning. 4 to 8 inches of snow there today. 6 to 12 inches possible up toward Odell and Parkdale. 2 to 5 inches in the Dalles. So you're off to school forecast. This is for west of the Cascades. Temperatures above freezing, but really pretty wet outside. So grab those rain boots as you leave the front door. You'll be dodging puddles all day long, especially tonight and tomorrow. Heavy, heavy rain headed our way. Carly?
A reminder about Skyline, which remains closed through most of today, and that closure is between Burnside and 26. It's from a landslide from a couple of days ago. So with that closure in place, you may see some extra congestion around Skyline, Miller, and Barnes. Right now, it doesn't look too bad. We're seeing a lot of congestion inbound from 217, though, on 26 eastbound. And a reminder that the westbound right lane of 26 after the tunnel here is closed due to a landslide from yesterday, but that is not impacting the westbound commute. Over here, there is a problem on 82nd at Gleason, and what it is a tree that came down, took down some power lines. So crews are out there on 82nd northbound working on that. So traffic's down to 1 lane northbound on 82nd and Gleason. Now take a look at those drive times. Now the drive times are getting longer. I-5 southbound already 22 minutes there in from Vancouver. 10 minutes on I-84 westbound, 26 eastbound, a 13-minute drive with traffic lined up solid in from 217. And over here on I-205 southbound, there's some slowing before the Abernathy Bridge. 14 minutes, 8 minutes on 217 southbound, 19 in from Wilsonville.
Thank you, Carly. We just heard it from Sally. Another system loaded with moisture is moving overhead this morning, and our waterlogged metro area is preparing yet again.
Brent Weisberg is live this morning at a sandbag location in southeast Portland. Brent?
Hey, good morning, you guys. The city of Portland says that they want people to be prepared. That is why they offer at least 3 sandbag locations throughout the city where folks can come here. This one in southeast Portland. You know, what happens in the next couple of days really depends on how much rainfall actually comes down and how much snowmelt happens. This morning, we are at one of 3 locations in the city of Portland that offers sandbags. 2 of them are in southeast Portland, one at 111th and Herald, the other at 88th and Holgate. The third one is southwest 42nd and Vermont. Now, you do have to bring your own shovel. Now, as we go into the next couple of days, it's not just flooding that we're concerned about. We're also talking about landslides. In fact, in southwest Washington, the Washington DNR is currently classifying parts of southwest Washington as being in an extreme hazard for landslide. So if you do happen to be driving around and you start to see some landslide debris, you should get to a safe area and make sure you can report it to local authorities. Trevor and Ken, back to you.
Yeah, Brent, you can never be too prepared, and I think this winter has shown us you really shouldn't underestimate the weather in this winter.
Yeah, road and utility crews, they have been really busy dealing with this winter weather for weeks now.
And workers in other industries are also putting in overtime, like employees of a regional waterproofing business.
Recently, with all these rains, we've been really busy. In fact, Monday we set a record in the company for appointments scheduled because the phones did not stop ringing.
The experts say to look for the warning signs of flood or water damage in your home before it starts raining.
Stay with KOIN 6 for the latest round of winter weather. You'll always see the latest right here. Also, you can check online at KOIN.com. The Chargers are stacking up against a Portland's resistance leader, Micah Rhodes.
KOIN 6 was the first to tell you about his arrest late last month on sex abuse charges in Multnomah County. In that case, he's accused of abusing a teenage boy. But now he's facing more charges, this time in Washington County. Rhodes is due to make his first court appearance on allegations he had sexual contact with an underage girl later today.
Administrators at Oregon State University are considering a tuition hike to cover a budget shortfall. The current two-year budget that Oregon lawmakers are considering could leave the university up to $100 million short. Administrators could request a tuition increase as early as March.
Today on the campus of Reed College, a vigil to remember a student killed after an off-campus apartment fire over the weekend. Mara Gibbs died yesterday afternoon. The cause of Sunday's fire remains under investigation. Today's vigil is at 6 tonight at the Reed Student Union.
KOIN 6 has learned that at least one dog in our area has died after eating tainted dog food. A pug in Washougal ate some Avanger's hunk of beef au jus. That's been recalled after several cans were found contaminated with a drug used in animal euthanasia. The dog's owner says all 4 of her pugs got sick and one didn't make it.
Gave that to them just for a little treat, and within 15 minutes they were walking around like they were drunk. They couldn't walk. They were all put into ICU, and the vet did not think any of them were going to make it.
The pet food company is offering to pay for any veterinary bills associated with the contamination and says they're working to find out what caused it. You can find more information on this dog food recall on our website, KOIN.com. Well, our best wishes go out this morning to CBS This Morning host Charlie Rose. Tomorrow morning, he's going in for heart surgery.
He's getting an aortic valve replaced. It's similar to a surgery that he had 15 years ago. And Rose says he expects to return to the anchor desk in March. We certainly wish him well, one of the best to ever do it. Hearing that he's had this before means hopefully it's relatively routine and we'll see him back to full strength soon.
Yeah, one of the best interviewers in the business, no doubt about it. Time now is 6:37. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
Tom Brady wants his stuff back. Coming up, we're tracking the growing mystery involving a stolen Super Bowl jersey.
And the rain is just getting started. It's going to turn heavy at times over the course of the next 24 hours. Coming up after the break, I have details on heavy rain, eventually wind, and who's seeing freezing rain and snow. That's in just about 6 minutes.
And look at all the red on the map already. We've got several traffic delays, including some traffic alerts. I will give you all the details coming up.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Sally Showman. The rain has begun and it'll be with us for the next 24 hours, turning heavy at times. We have a flood watch everywhere west of the Cascades, 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain possible by tomorrow afternoon along the I-5 corridor, with more along the coast and in the Coast Range. Meantime, an ice storm warning at the west end of the gorge. We could see 1 to 2 inches of ice accumulation there with snow as you head east. We're talking about heavy rain tomorrow morning, breaking up to on and off showers by afternoon.
20 minutes before 7 o'clock, and this morning the nation is faced with a mystery and a lot of people want answers.
They're all wondering what happened to the jersey Tom Brady was wearing when he won Super Bowl 51 this weekend. The only thing that we do know is that he doesn't have it.
Did someone take my jersey? That's what we're looking for right now. I put it in my bag. I absolutely 100% put it in my bag. If anyone sees eBay, no.
Well, that's video taken in the locker room after the game. Shows the confused quarterback looking for his number 12 jersey. Houston hosted the Super Bowl, and now investigators in Texas say they are taking this seriously, and they will prosecute if they find the thief. Because this is such a high-profile item, collectors say it's unlikely this jersey is going to show up on eBay.
I mean, it's got to be sold either privately or underground, and someone has to be careful because it's stolen merchandise. So I think between $250,000 and $500,000.
Got to watch out for that underground jersey market. Brady himself said that if anyone sees the jersey on eBay, they should let him know.
$250,000 to $500,000 for a game-worn jersey in the Super Bowl. That's a lot of money.
It sure is.
I think he should check with Gronkowski. To see, maybe he's
Where
holding
was
it
he
for him.
when this all
Right.
happened?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I keep thinking maybe it's a teammate that took it as a joke, and now it's become such a big deal. He's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with it. You know?
It spiraled out of control.
Right.
There are a lot of big Pats fans out there. So.
Right, I know.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody will drop the money for that authentic jersey, no doubt about it. Well, let's take a look at traffic and weather. We start with you, Carly, and look at the roads.
Right. We have several traffic alerts and a lot of slowdowns already because we're well into rush hour. So we're going to get to those traffic alerts first, starting with the Skyline closure. Skyline's been closed for a couple of days now, and PBOT says it will remain closed for the remainder of today. That's between Burnside and 26. It looks like a lot of people got the message yesterday that Skyline is closed because this was all congested. Skyline, Miller, Barnes. Well, it's not today. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? 26 is lined up, though, and from 217, so give yourself plenty of extra time there. And a reminder that the westbound right lane of 26 after the tunnel is still blocked from a landslide, and that happened yesterday, but it's not causing a delay. On 82nd northbound at Gleason, there's a tree that fell into power lines. Crews are working on it right now, and it looks like there's a flagger out directing traffic through. So pretty much the northbound lanes are blocked, and that flagger is helping traffic get through. Expect delays in that area. Now for the drive times, I-5 southbound is backed up past Bain, as you can see here on the map. It's slow like that to the Interstate Bridge. There's only a brief spot of some relief before it slows again near Delta Park. So 23 minutes right now on I-5 southbound in from Vancouver. 22 minutes if you take I-205 southbound, and that's from SR 500 to I-84. I-205 southbound from Highway 224 to I-5 is 18 minutes. Watch out for those brake lights before the Abernathy Bridge. 217 southbound is 9 minutes. Not too bad there, and northbound doesn't slow much at all. But 26 eastbound here is 17 minutes in from 217, and it's lined up without a break. I-5 northbound 21 minutes in from Wilsonville, and 12 minutes on I-84 westbound in from I-205. Sally?
You have been so busy reporting on the landslides across the region due to the heavy rain we've seen so far this February, Carly, and that continues. We're going to have another period of heavy rain the next 24 hours, so a flood watch has been issued everywhere west of the Cascades. Here's that rain this morning, mainly in the northern Willamette Valley is where we're seeing that moderate rain. Some breaks in the action between Salem and Eugene. Up to the north into southwest Washington, a band of heavier rain, and through the gorge, winter weather. So here's a live look at conditions. It looks like right around Bonneville Dam is when we start to see the transition to snow. But before Bonneville Dam, we do have some freezing rain. So major concerns with winter conditions there in the gorge. Ice storm warning. This lasts until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the west end of the gorge between Cascade Locks and Corbett. Want to mention the temperatures I've seen around Corbett are right around 34 degrees. So it looks like just a little further east is where we're seeing temperatures at freezing. 1 to 2 inches of ice accumulation possible, with the highest totals there right around Cascade Locks. And then as you head further east in the gorge, 4 to 8 inches of snow possible around Hood River. A viewer just emailed me and said in the Dalles he has about 2 inches so far on his deck. 2 to 5 inches possible there today. 6 to 12 inches up in Parkdale the upper Hood River Valley. Here's a live look in Hood River. The roads have turned snow covered overnight there along I-84. And again, even before you hit Hood River, Bonneville Dam, the snow is coming down. And then there's that freezing rain that looks like just normal rain falling out of the sky, but it freezes in contact with surfaces because as you head east through the gorge, temperatures are below freezing. Strong east wind today too at the western mouth of the gorge. So here's the timeline. 9 o'clock this morning. Look how wet it is west of the Cascades. That rain is pushing in. The yellows indicate heavy rain at times, and then again through the gorge and points east, we're seeing winter weather. Kind of a mix of freezing rain out toward Pendleton and Heppner. It's going to be too warm, I think, for freezing rain around Bend. We'll just be experiencing scattered rain showers today there. That rain will add up and it'll do some damage, melting the snow that we've got there. So ponding on the roadway is definitely a possibility there. Heavy rain for tonight's commute. Heavy rain, especially for tomorrow morning's commute. This is 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Look at that. It's completely lit up. So puddles are forming on roadways. Tough to drive through rain that's really, really heavy. So just keep that in mind. You're going to want to leave extra time tomorrow morning. Another thing, if you live along the coast, the wind is really going to pick up as we head into the overnight hours tonight. That southerly wind will warm temperatures overnight instead of what we typically see, cooling temperatures overnight. Here's 11:30 tomorrow morning. The back edge of that moisture's moved through and we're catching a break west of the Cascades. So we switch over to on and off showers in the Cascades. By the way, snow levels climb to 8,000 feet tonight, so even at ski resorts we're talking about scattered rain showers overnight. How about rain totals? Well, check it out. Potentially 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain along I-5, more out along the coast, 3 to 6 inches of rain possible over the coast range, and on top of that, melting snow. So we're going to be watching rivers, creeks, and streams very closely for the second time in a week. A lot of them will get very close to flood stage overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. Out along the coast today, the rain will be heavy at times. That strong wind holds off until after midnight, I think. Tomorrow morning between 4 and 10, the peak time for those wind gusts out of the south up to 60 miles per hour. High temperatures today in the low 40s for the northern Willamette Valley. Warmer down south, but those highs will be reached right around midnight as that southerly wind takes over. Heavy rain again. East of the Cascades, mixed showers north. As you head south, localized flooding and rain showers. We've addressed the gorge. A wintry mess today. If you don't have to travel there, don't do it. Rising snow levels up over the Mount Hood and the Cascades. Again, 7,000 to 8,000 feet by overnight tonight. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast now. Breezy, wet weather at times. That steady rain switching over to on and off showers tomorrow. On and off showers continue into Saturday morning, and then we're drying out. It looks like we're dry Saturday afternoon through Valentine's Day with comfortable temperatures in the low 50s. Your Pet Walk forecast now this morning. Dodging puddles this morning. We do have some rain coming down, and it's chilly, so bundle up and make sure you've got your rain boots on. By later on this evening, that rain is going to be increasing, so heavy rain as you head out for your evening walk with the dog. Look at this. This is Sage, and Sage has just been diagnosed with cancer, so Sage's mom and dad say this is his last winter, but he has absolutely loved the snow. So enjoy every day, Sage. I'm sure your parents are making you very comfortable. This is Joe Buck. Joe Buck just kind of wandered into Dave and Joni's backyard and was hungry, I guess. Here's Tucker, has a mouthful of snow there, enjoying some snow. And finally, a reminder, someone sent this picture in and said, keep the hummingbird feeders thawed out this winter. They're hungry too. So coin.com/petwalk, that's coin.com/petwalk. Back to you.
Thank you, Sally. The time is 11 minutes to 7 o'clock.
Cor Harlan is live out at the Portland Expo Center. Cor?
What is it? Look at that. That's Brutus the bear. How often do you get that close to a grizzly bear? Brutus is here this morning as part of the Pacific Northwest Sportsman's Show, and I'm telling you, just standing on the other side of the fence from this guy is nothing short of incredible. We're going to have a little bit more talk with the handler of 900-pound, 15-year-old Brutus. Do that after a commercial break here, so stay with us.
Welcome back. Hunting equipment, fishing gear, and even a grizzly bear will be seen at the Portland Expo Center this weekend.
Cor Harlan has survived his initial encounters with that grizzly bear. He is live with a preview of the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show. Cor.
The good thing is that Brutus is pretty good-natured, as you can see there. He's not, I'm just guessing he's probably not a morning bear. I saw him wake, I'm getting a big nod no. He's got up at 6 o'clock this morning. He's found a place on the wood chips, and he's pretty content to be right there. Okay, so there's Brutus. You can see him at the Sportsman Show all weekend long. He's in a sort of an enclosure here, and he is just neat to look at. And Amy Testa from, where are you from, Bozeman? Bozeman, right? She's from Bozeman, and she's the. I'll scoot over here, Carl, so you can scoot in there a little bit, and we can show Brutus while we're doing this. Tell me a little bit about this guy.
Well, Brutus, he is 15 years old, just under 900 pounds.
And you've raised him since he was the size of a chipmunk, correct?
About squirrel.
Squirrel, and you got him. What is an he was taken from an unethical breeding program. What was that all about?
You know, there's really no reason for breeding bears in captivity. Any bear born in captivity has to live in captivity. We'd rather see them in the wild, and so you know, it's not like we can breed them in captivity and help out the wild population by releasing them because they wouldn't know how to survive.
Yeah.
They're born with some instincts, but all their survival skills are taught to them by their mothers during the first 2 to 3 years.
I'm told he likes, what does he like? Ken, what's one of your favorite? The peanut the peanut butter clusters. What are the cashew clusters? Cashew clusters. And Ken, he also eats avocados, I'm told, right?
Yep, that's one of his favorites for sure.
What doesn't he eat? I imagine he eats damn nearly anything, right?
It is easier to give you a list of what he doesn't like. It's much shorter. But if you picture a small child, he doesn't like green beans, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts.
Sweets are going through a theme here that I think Brutus would probably be good with, right?
He loves sweets. All bears have a sweet tooth.
All bears have a sweet tooth. Brutus, can you perk up for a listen? God, he's beautiful. He is just beautiful. He's he'll be on here. He'll be here all weekend at the Sportsman Show. Starts at 11 o'clock this morning in several halls here at the Expo Center. You can see everything from Brutus to your latest fishing boat, a little survival gear, and just about everything in between this weekend here at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show, featuring 900-pound Brutus. Look at him. He just kind of, those wood chips. He actually looks comfortable there. All right, Ken, Trevor, that's all the time for Brutus this morning. It's going to be a good show this afternoon.
Yeah, Brutus looks really healthy, even though he doesn't like to eat his vegetables, apparently. So that's good for Brutus.
Hates vegetables.
Hasn't stopped him from growing.
No, not at all.
And Cor, don't think we didn't notice you putting the interview subject between you and the bear. We noticed.
That's correct. I have 1 foot out the exit door, just in case.
Hey, I don't think Brutus is too worried about it. Yeah. A little shy. He seems a little shy even.
Yeah, has he hit his face at one point?
Well, it's 6:50 in the morning, you guys.
That's true.
It is early. Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right, let's get one more look at weather traffic. Sally, you're first.
Yeah, so we have a flood watch today through tomorrow up until Friday morning. Everywhere pretty much west of the Cascades. The rain will be heavy at times, especially overnight tonight, with wind picking up along the coast and inland during the early morning hours tomorrow. Eventually transitioning to on and off showers Thursday and Friday, and then drying out this weekend. The gorge, an icy and snowy mess through tomorrow afternoon.
Watch out for a tree and some power lines down at 82nd and Gleason. That's impacting the northbound commute. 26 minutes on I-5 southbound.
CBS This Morning is coming up next. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.